Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the USA Pan Kitchen. I'm Nikki. Today we are welcoming fall here at USA Pan. I know some of you are probably opposed to that, and I understand, but as a baking company, I have to tell you we're pretty excited because that means you guys are going to be turning on your ovens and baking more, hopefully with all the yummy, delicious produce that's available this time of year. So many varieties of apples out there to put into your baked goods, lots of spices, the cinnamon, your nutmeg, your ginger, and I can not talk about pumpkin. And that's what we're gonna focus on today, is we're gonna be making an easy pumpkin bread in our USA Pan 1 pound loaf pan. If you stay till the end of the video, we do have a promotion to tell you about with this pan. So let's get started and make some easy pumpkin bread. So I have my ingredients set out here. I have 4 eggs. I have 2 2/3 cups of sugar, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 2/3 cup of water. I have 1 can of pumpkin. Now this is not pumpkin pie filling, this is just pumpkin. So it's a 15-ounce can. I've got a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Over here are my dry ingredients. I have 3 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of nutmeg, and for topping, I have some coarse sugar. I'm going to be doing this in 1 bowl to make it easy. If you guys at home want to use your mixer, you can feel free to pull it out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my eggs in there, and I'm just gonna whisk those up quickly. I'm gonna add to that the sugar. I know it seems a lot, but this recipe does actually make 2 loaves. I'm gonna go ahead in there with the oil. Give that a nice mix, incorporate those together. I'm gonna go in with the water, the vanilla, and all this pumpkin. I'm gonna go ahead and just dump those dry ingredients in there, starting with my flour, my baking soda, my baking powder, salt, and then the nutmeg. If you want to grate your own fresh nutmeg in there, that would be great. We're just making things a little easier here today. I'm just gonna give this, you don't want to overwork the flour in there, just till it's nice and combined. And like I said before, this does make 2 loaves of this pumpkin bread. Today we're just going to be using our 1 pound pans and making 2 plain loaves. If you do this at home, some wonderful additions to this would be chocolate chips, pecans, walnuts, raisins, butterscotch chips. If you do put those in your pumpkin bread, you will need to use a larger pan. So you'll need to use one of our larger loaf pans if you do that. When I make it at home, I make 1 plain using this size pan, and then I'll add in some chocolate chips and use the larger pan. So you have your batter here, and it's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's kind of a medium consistency, kind of like a cake batter. You can see that. I'm gonna go ahead and divide this equally among our pans. And like we always say here at USA Pan, there's no need to spray or line or do anything to this pan. Put the batter right in there. You can see that we have all these lines in our pans. Those are called corrugations. Those help with our non-stick. Those help with even browning. It really elevates your baked goods. I know we say it all the time, but you know, these pans are really, really sturdy. They really, really are designed for commercial use. And once you start using them in your own home, you're gonna notice the difference in how your baking turns out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit these with this coarse white sugar. You can always omit the step, but I think it really just, it makes this pumpkin bread a little more special. Gives it a little crunch on top too that I just love. So these are ready for the oven. I'm gonna bake these together in our 350-degree oven for about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. You want your toothpick inserted to come out clean. And then I will see you when these are finished. Hi everyone, I would like to take this time to tell you about our latest deals, specials, promotions here at USA Pan. As you can see, I'm surrounded by all of our amazing bread and loaf pans. We have a lot to choose from, and for 1 week, we're gonna offer these at 30% off. So if you purchase any bread or loaf pan, you're gonna get 30% off of those pans. In addition to that 30%, we are going to offer 15% off any other pans in your order. In addition to that 15% off, we are offering free shipping and a free silicone baking mat with any orders over $70. So lots of good deals and specials for you to take advantage of this week at USA Pan. So let's get back to our pumpkin bread. And we're back. Our pumpkin bread, it baked for about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I did coal it completely in these pans. Like I said before, this recipe can be adapted, and as you can see over here, I made them in our mini loaves, and I added chocolate chips to some. And I have another pan here that I added some pecans and put some sugar on top. These are so great to share with friends or neighbors or relatives. The same with the loaf recipe, because it does make 2 loaves. It's great that you can, give one to your neighbor or friend or coworkers, or even keep a loaf and freeze one for later. This freezes beautifully. My favorite thing to do is to slice it and freeze your individual slices. That way you can just go in and grab a slice whenever you're hungry for it. So like I said, these have completely cooled, and now this is, I think, my favorite part of our USA pans is I'm gonna take these out of the pan, and you're gonna see how great that came out. I mean, look at that. There's no spray in there. There's no parchment. It literally fell out of the pan into my hand. And I really, really think that's one of the best parts of these. I spoke before about the corrugation and the lines in the pans for your even browning. You can see just how beautiful the bottom of that bread is. This one, I'm sure, is gonna come out just as good. See, literally falls out. And that is the difference when you use USA pans. I appreciate you guys joining me today. We love to see when you make one of our recipes, so please, tag us in your post. Let us know what you're making with your USA pans, whether it's this or a different recipe. Sign up to follow us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, all of the other avenues, so you can be sure not to miss out on any of our upcoming events or promotions or sales with our pans. And we will see you next week with a new recipe. Thank you.